Welcome everybody, Trainwreck Podcast, episode 13, I believe. I don't know, man. I can't keep count. We missed last week because there was nothing to talk about. But this week we got a few things to talk about. But first, Drew, what is up, you sexy beast?
Nothing much, nothing much. I came back to the Walmart gang.
How's that going so far?
Fucking boring.
Really?
Dude, electronics is like the most boring department I ever worked.
It is kind of like a wait and see department. Um, I don't know. Have you had to deal with Photolab yet?
No, not yet.
Wait and see. Photolab is the worst thing about electronics.
No, I stopped two potential scams so far.
Really?
Yeah, we had a Mexican lady from Mexico try to buy $3,000 worth of product. She counted her cash by herself. Then
Hmm.
I recounted it. Then she took the money out of my hand, counted it. She gave it back to me. I recounted myself because she didn't let me finish my counting. And he's like, "Oh no, no, oh it's okay, I'll leave." Oh, okay.
Hmm.
It's like, no, I know what you're up to, dog.
Did you like mark it at all with a counterfeit pen?
No, no, I didn't. She just pretty much took the cash and just left. I
Uh,
got AP. I told him what was happening.
Dang. Nah, like I said, we were talking before I started recording. We just had these corporate dudes in my store today. There's like three or four of them, so just spent all day dealing with that. Say, this is,
And I also had a fucking gift card scam.
dude, I had one of those the other week. I stopped that because they tried to buy like a 12 different Google Chromecast, all with different gift cards.
I was like,
So
I told this like, dude, really, this is like fucking scam 101. I'm not
yeah,
doing this transaction for you.
that's the most like common stuff you see there too.
Are you serious, bro? I was like, no, just leave.
So what's going on with Adam? Is he at Sand Springs helping out or
No, he's the team lead for Sand Springs now for Garden
really?
Center. Yeah.
When the hell did that happen?
Uh, a week ago, I believe, week or two ago.
I really just can't tell when he's lying.
No, apparently, according to him, that store's is full of retards.
That store is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I interviewed there for the overnight manager spot and yeah, I didn't take it because I was like, y'all are gonna have to offer me way more money than you're offering, which they were offering 22. I was like, you'd have to go above 25 for me to come here. And even then, like their back room is horrible. And yeah, like all their freaking managers there are kids. Like there's
Poor,
like
like, poor Zach and Adam.
I know I feel bad. Zach seems like he's doing a great job over there, and their online departments all right because the chick that works over there, I worked with her at my store, and she
Oh
does.
no, according to Adam, it's like so the average pick rate is I guess 80.
Mhm.
And I guess Adam helped them one time. He did on 120.
See, they don't. She doesn't really worry about pick rate. She more worries about getting stuff right because, like, metrics wise, pick rate's one of the last things they look at. They look
Yeah.
at first time and stuff like that. This is probably boring as hell to people who don't work at Walmart. But yeah, I mean, they look at first time pick, they look at pre sub, post sub, like that, wait time. I mean, pick rate's one of the last things they look at, really. They only care about it at our, well, your store now, my old store, because it's so small.
Yeah.
At a big store like that, where you have so much flow and stuff like that, yeah, it's not really expected to be all that. Yeah, I think that's enough Walmart talk. I start vacation on Friday, so I'll be happy to be away from it. Yeah, this was my corporate's coming shirt that I wore today.
Nice. If that was me, I'd probably wear a regular t-shirt.
But let's get on to the main course of tonight's podcast. I just made a video and uploaded it 30 minutes ago. It's already at 50 views, so very happy about that. Thank you, everyone. If it leads to any new followers that watch the train wreck, that'd be awesome. But Shannon Sharpe has reportedly reached a buyout with Fox Sports, and he will be leaving Skip and Shannon undisputed after the NBA Finals. Drew, what are your thoughts on that?
Good for Shannon Sharpe, but that undisputed ain't gonna be the same without him.
I don't think Shannon, or I don't think Undisputed will survive without him.
Yeah, it's just no.
It was the New York Post that first reported it. So that's a pretty credible source right there.
Like anybody that watches Undisputed pretty much is there for Shannon.
Yeah. Well, I was saying in my video, I'm like, I mean, if you're not a Cowboys fan, Undisputed probably sucks to watch. If you're not a Cowboys or Brady or LeBron fan, Undisputed. Like for me, I love the show, but that's because they talk about the Cowboys a lot.
Yeah, they really do. Like probably 80% of their talk is about the Cowboys.
Yeah. And one thing people were talking about is like maybe he goes to ESPN and debates Stephen A. And man, I do want to see that just because first take, ever since they switched the format up where it went from Stephen A and Max debating every day to where it's a rotating cast of characters going against Stephen A. I think first take is stupid now. It's cool when Michael Irvin's on there, but the rest of those guys, like, I like JJ Redick just because he puts Stephen A in his place. But I mean, hell, did you see what JJ Redick did? I think it was last week where he told Stephen A like, "Hey, you don't know what you're talking about because you never played the game." And stuff like that. And you could tell Stephen A was pissed, but he had a good rebuttal. He goes, "Well, I'm on TV talking about it with you, so I must be doing something right."
I
Yeah,
didn't know it, but that's fucking hilarious.
look it up. It's pretty good. And I mean, JJ Redick, he comes off like an asshole, but he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
The dude knows his freaking ball. But yeah, if they had Shannon as the permanent guy on there opposite Stephen A, and then you still had that rotating cast, I think that would be a lot better. Like, imagine Stephen A, Shannon, and Michael Irvin.
Dude, that's a nightmare blunt rotation.
That's that's just nah, dude. That would be so freaking legendary. If I was Molly, I would not be anywhere near that though, because she ain't gonna be able to fucking hear afterwards.
No, they would be just fucking screaming at each other.
I'd be wearing a shield or something because I think furniture might start get thrown, especially Shannon and Michael are because Shannon gets into it and Michael's fucking crazy. So
Yeah, ain't no shit.
I say Michael once stabbed a teammate because he wouldn't get out of the barber chair so Michael Irvin could get his haircut.
Are you serious? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it got covered up during the by Jerry Jones, and then the story kind of leaked after Irvin retired and after years after he was done playing, then the story kind of finally leaked out.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, it was during the Cowboys' dominance in the 90s. Yeah, that was one of the things that happened. I believe it was during training camp on July 29th, 1998. Give me a second, actually, and share the screen. Irvin allegedly assaulted fellow Cowboys offensive lineman Everett McLear. The initial dispute stemmed from Irvin demanding that I think it's McLear vacate a barber chair so that Irvin would not have to wait for a haircut. They soon began a brawl in the shop with fellow cowboy Leon Lett attempting to break it up. During the course of the dispute, Irvin grabbed a pair of scissors and stabbed him in the neck, barely missing his carotid artery.
Oh my God.
Cowboys owner Jerry Jones reportedly brokered a six-figure settlement between them in exchange for his silence and to prevent him from pursuing criminal charges. And then I think it was other Cowboys that ended up leaking that story later down the line. Yeah, I can't believe. Well, then again, you're not a Cowboys fan, so that story isn't like as
Dude,
told as much if
he
you're
would
not
make a
following.
perfect Raider.
Yeah, did I mean it is nice that Irvin spent his whole career with the Cowboys, but if it would have been like a was it 2002 whenever Jerry Rice was on there, you could have had the Michael Irvin and Jerry Rice both on the Raiders at the same time, the two greatest receivers from the 90s.
And only that, we still had Tim Brown during that time too. One of our
Yeah,
greatest wide receivers we ever had.
yeah, that would have been. They might have actually won that Super Bowl instead of getting their ass. Well, then again, it's hard to tell when your quarterback throws five interceptions.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that incident is now known as Scissorgate. But back to Skip and Shannon, I mean, you don't even really watch the show regularly, do you?
I just pretty much watched highlight clips and stuff, pretty much.
Yeah. See, I listen to it pretty much every day, but I also skip past topics, like I only listen to stuff I care about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't really heard them get into it much lately. Like, they got really into it a few months ago whenever Skip was trying to defend Brady and they started screaming at each other. You've seen that clip, right?
Yeah, I have.
And then Skip put out that dumbass tweet after the Damar Hamlin incident, and Shannon skipped the show after that. No pun intended. Um, but he was on the show the next day, and it was because he was pissed off at Skip. And then his first show back, he's trying to explain why he missed the show, and Skip interrupted him, and they started going at it, within the first minute of the show. And at first, I thought, okay, the show's ending like right fucking now because Shannon's gonna kill Skip. But then there was interviews during Super Bowl weekend where Shannon was saying they were good and stuff. So I don't know what's going on now to where they're leaving or where they're separating, excuse me. Just
Yeah.
because I mean, other than the LeBron topics, they really haven't been arguing much from what I've been seeing. They more just kind of state their cases, but they're not like screaming at each other.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, this football season, they're really not gonna. I mean, it's either Cowboys or Brady, and Brady's retired now. I mean, they still have Baker Mayfield to talk about, but that all depends on how good Mayfield ends up being this season.
I have high hopes for Baker Mayfield.
Me too, man. I love that dude so fucking much. So I want to see him succeed. But I
I
don't know. You
mean, when
saw,
he was with the Rams, he actually was doing really well.
yeah. But that was also with Sean McVay, who's a
True.
genius. Yeah. I mean, the Tampa doesn't have that. Todd Bowles is a terrible head coach, and I don't even know who their damn offensive coordinator is. And it doesn't really matter because he was Tom Brady's puppet.
I mean, when Baker Mayfield was the Browns, like the coaching staff there was fucking hideous. It was worse than
Yeah.
the Raiders, and that's saying a lot.
Well, heck, but then they got Kevin Stefanski, who really knows what he's doing, though. And that's kind of what
Yeah.
helped launch Mayfield. See,
Yeah.
the offensive coordinator for Tampa Bay is Dave Channels. He's, I've never heard of him.
Me neither.
He was the Seahawks offensive coordinator whenever they beat the Broncos in the Super Bowl, but that wasn't because of their offense. That's because of their
Defense.
amazing defense. Yeah. He might be decent. I mean, Geno Smith had a great year last year, so
Oh,
or
was
he
he part of that
wasn't.
Geno Smith area?
Yeah, he's coming from Seattle to Tampa, and actually, he wasn't even their offensive coordinator. He was their quarterbacks coach. So this will be his first time being a coordinator.
Okay, that's actually might be something to look after.
Yeah. I think Tampa's got a strong shot to win that division just because Panthers suck, Falcons might be all right. That depends on Desmond Ritter, and the Saints are kind of the wild card, you know.
Yeah.
So Tampa's got a chance to be competitive.
Now, speaking of the Saints, did you hear John Gruden's with the Saints now as their
Is
offensive coordinator?
their offensive coordinator?
Yeah,
I saw
under
that he was
Dennis Allen.
I saw he was brought in as for off-season consultation with Derek Carr.
I heard he was OC.
I I don't see anything about him being the OC.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, never mind. I, I read the wrong article and they said that
Uh,
he was OC.
oh, you got to
I
double
got
verify,
baited.
bruh.
I got baited. But
Got click.
still,
Yeah,
that's a lot of former Raiders are with the Saints now.
yeah, because you
Dennis
got.
Allen, John Gruden, Derek Carr. There's a couple more Raiders in that team as well. And Foster Moreau, shout
Mhm.
out to him with the cancer. He's got signs with the Saints.
Yeah, I saw he's actually doing good and he's participating in practice. So I'm assuming he's healthy now.
The Saints are slowly becoming the Raiders.
Yeah. Heck, well, now they're in Vegas. Never mind. I was gonna say they could move out of Oakland like everyone else is doing, but they already did. Man, me and Zach and Trevor, we were talking about going to the Vikings Raiders game, and those tickets were like for like nosebleeds were $331.
Damn.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, I thought Cowboys tickets were expensive, which Cowboy tickets are, but
Is that the Minnesota Stadium?
I thought it was the Raiders.
Oh, the Raiders. Oh, yeah, that explains a lot.
Yeah, I mean, because it's a brand new stadium, but I mean that stadium doesn't look as nice as like AT&T Stadium, or Minnesota Stadium looks. Yeah, it's
Completely
at the rate.
biased.
Dude, you have to go to the Cowboys Stadium, and there will be nothing that can compare.
I don't know. I actually like the Raider Stadium.
I like it too, but the Cowboys Stadium is the greatest stadium on earth.
Yeah, completely unbiased.
It's the greatest stadium on earth. You can suck my dick on that one. You got that giant TV in the middle, so and then the field, like the way the seats are positioned, there's not a bad view in that freaking house. And live events, like, I went there for WrestleMania, same thing, not a bad view at all. Speaking
Whatever
of
you say.
speaking of Dallas, I'm hopefully going to be taking a tour of the headquarters next week when I'm on vacation because I'll be down in OKC and I'm figuring I might just head down there because it's only 2 hours away from OKC while, you know, I got time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of beautiful stadiums, that freaking stadium in Saudi Arabia where WWE had their latest show, Night of Champions,
Dude,
that
that was a
stadium
nice
actually,
stadium.
yeah, I don't know if it's like a soccer stadium or whatever the hell it is, but
I think it is.
yeah, I'm assuming because it's not like they have football or baseball or shit like
Yeah,
that over there.
soccer's like our football, basically.
Yeah. But
Or football.
that stadium is fucking beautiful. And what'd you think of WWE Night of Champions?
Dude, I fucking loved it. I especially loved Sami Zayn speaking Arabic to his people. That's
Yeah,
like a highlight for me.
that was pretty cool. Um, and then, the main event with the Usos, well, Jimmy Uso breaking away from the bloodline, it's
Dude,
always Roman. It's always Roman that gets turned on.
it's always Roman, man.
Yeah, poor bastard.
But still, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Fucking Paul his face during that is like my face too.
Mm. Dude, and then AJ Styles and Seth Rollins, that match was so freaking good. I I think I've said it before on here how AJ Styles is my favorite wrestler right now that's active. Seth Rollins is probably number two. So
Yeah,
seeing them go
there's
at it,
never a bad AJ Styles brawl.
no, I love AJ so much. I think he is in the conversation of top five greatest wrestlers ever just from his in ring work.
Yeah, I
And
can't argue with that.
their match was freaking incredible. Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus, it was all right. I love the ending with Zoe Stark. Mustafa Ali and Gunther, blanked out his name for a second. They had the best 8 minute match you could see.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one. Was that a good match?
It was pretty good for how short it was. It was pretty good. And then one thing I'm actually really happy about is Asuka defeating Bianca Belair. I think Bianca is due for a heel turn. She's kind of gotten stale, and I think it'd do her some good to be away from the title, just because she won the Royal Rumble, beat Sasha, held it for a bit, then lost it to Becky, and she never really left the title picture, and then beat Becky for the belt and held on to it for a year. So I think losing this is probably the best thing for her before the fans started to really turn on her. And that's
Yeah,
not taken away from her. She's good, but I really like Asuka. I really love Asuka's gimmick right now with the whole murder clown thing. So
yeah. Austin's become one of my favorite women's division.
now the one woman I just do not understand the love for, but I do like that she won in 69 seconds. Nice. Is Rhea Ripley defeating Natalia. And that's another woman that Natalia I cannot get into, man. I mute my
Yeah.
TV whenever Natalia talks.
Uh, yeah, I can't stand her either.
Yeah. And Rhea Ripley, I'm not saying she's a bad wrestler. I just don't get why everyone's so like, oh, she's the hottest woman on the roster when Becky Lynch exists.
I don't know, man. She is kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Dude, I have guys who
Goth mommy will peg me. I wouldn't care.
I have dudes who aren't even wrestling fans that ask me about her. Like, hey, what's Rhea Ripley doing now? Like, I'm like, oh, she's the champion, and she has this dude that follows her around and calls her mommy. And they're like, why is he following her around? I'm like, because she beat the shit out of him, and now she's terrified of her. And yeah, so it's like people ask me about it, and they're not even wrestling fans. So she's a good crossover star. I just don't think she's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we already talked about the main event. Loved it with Jimmy Uso kicking Roman Reigns, and then Brock Lesnar defeated Cody Rhodes, which I thought their match was I mean, it was Cody Rhodes being locked into submission for most of it, so their match was honestly kind of boring.
That felt forced, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, people are talking about, oh, you can't pass out from a Kimura. It's not like a chokehold or anything, but it's also like, I mean, dude, if you're in enough pain, you'll eventually pass out from something. You see dudes pass out from getting kicked in the nuts. Now imagine have your arm cranked on by Brock Lesnar.
I don't think people realize he was a professional wrestler before he was WWE.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar, one dude I would never, ever, ever want to fuck with.
No.
Yeah.
You know what's
I
funny? He's like the
what?
most introverted, like nicest guy.
Yeah,
Have you ever
watch
watched interviews of him? He's like so cool.
the interview with him and Pat McAfee is amazing. That's I think the best interview Pat McAfee's ever done. I really like the one he did with Vince, but that one with Brock is fucking good.
Yeah. You're sitting there like, what the fuck? I'm
Yeah.
not expecting that.
And heck, I don't know if I can't remember if I sent you those videos of him on the Bearded Butcher, but I mean,
No.
he's an awesome dude. I mean, just him in the outside world, he's just the everyman. He's just a
And the
common
fucking
man.
big Minnesota accent too. It's so
Yeah.
hilarious.
That's the thing. Like, you're like, has he adopted a Canadian accent? But Minnesota and Canadian accents are basically the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say Minnesotans are just diet Canadians.
We're just pretty much Southern Canadians.
Yeah. But yeah, Brock Lesnar's fucking awesome. His steak seasoning's really freaking good. It's really good on chicken. I need to make a video next time I grill some chicken. I already did it with steak. Now it's time for chicken.
Nice.
Yeah. Dude, you know it's been pretty nice lately, actually, is all the Assassin's Creed games are on sale on Xbox Store right now.
Did you hear the new one's coming out?
Mirage, yeah, can't wait to buy it.
They're going back to Egypt, baby.
Yeah. Or yeah, it is Egypt. Or is it the Middle East?
It might be the Middle East.
I thought it was like the time like right before the Crusades, I think. I don't know, I haven't looked that much into it, but I've been replaying Assassin's Creed 3 because it was on sale for $7. So I bought the remastered and I'll probably buy Valhalla because I haven't played that one yet. But it's been nice just because I mean I played Assassin's Creed a crap load, the third one a crap load when it came out, and I honestly don't remember much from the
Oh, okay.
story.
You're right. It is Middle East. It's over in Baghdad.
Hmm. Yeah, I can't wait for that game to come out though, because when they first revealed it last year, I'm just like, dude, that looks pretty fucking cool.
Now, hopefully, don't do like the fucking system they did, like Odyssey and the Egyptian one.
I think that's kind of how Assassin's Creed is now, man. I don't think they're gonna
Yeah,
go back. Can't really put the confetti back in the bottle, you know.
yeah, true.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that's what killed us two games is like how they fucking made
well,
that game system like that.
well, see, I saw people shitting on Odyssey. Origins, I think, is one of the best Assassin's Creed games. It's either two or three for me. It's got an amazing story, and I really like the gameplay of it.
Now,
And it's
ironically, I did enjoy Odyssey.
see, I haven't played Odyssey, but I've seen enough people shit on it. And Origins, I didn't really hear anything about Origins when it came out, but I remember watching streams of it on YouTube, and I'm like, this game looks freaking badass. And whenever I played it, I fucking loved it.
Now, the thing about Odyssey is like very EA, basically. You buy
Yeah,
a lot of shit and fucking play it.
yeah. But I think Origins has, yeah, probably the third best story because Assassin's Creed 2 and Black Flag are amazing too. So, plus they got the classic gameplay style, but
Yeah.
Origins is fucking good. So, one quick thing, because we really don't have that many topics. I wanted to talk about this funny story that I've been sitting on for over a week. It would have been the only thing we talked about in the podcast last week, probably. But I went out with a few friends last Sunday or 2 Sundays ago, actually, and we went to this board game bar in downtown. It's called Shuffles. Place is fucking cool. It's like a library of board games. Like anything you can think of, they have it there. And you just rent them and you play, and they have drinks there. And oh, excuse me, and they have food and stuff like that. Amazing place. And they had this thing called butterbeer, which is like butterscotch beer, which sounds disgusting. Dude, it is the one of the best drinks I've ever had in my fucking life.
Seriously?
It was so goddamn good.
Because that sounds
It
horrible.
I had four of them, and um my friend Ashlyn had like two, I think, and Joey he had like three. And yeah, they are fucking good. And we leave there. We played Cards Against Humanity, which is one of the greatest games ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we leave there and we're riding scooters around downtown and stuff like that. And we're just having fun, chilling. Well, Ashlyn's like, let's go to Majestic. And I'm like, fuck yeah, because I was drunk. I didn't know Majestic was a gay bar.
You didn't know?
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I'm just chilling, drinking, having a good time. And I danced on the floor, because me when I drink, I dance and sing. And it's then when I start seeing dudes in makeup and stuff that I'm like, the hell is going on? And I'm like, I start seeing dudes in like stripper clothes basically. And I saw this one dude I worked with who was in like full like makeup and shit like that. And he kind of looked like a hooker, honestly. Um, yeah, that was a nice conversation the next day at work. But it's then when I realized that they have a drag queen talent show going on. And I'm like,
Oh no
the
God.
fuck? And I have no problem with drag queens or gay people or anything, I mean, do whatever, makes you comfortable, be you, but I still ain't gonna,
But you went to this environment not knowing what it was.
yeah, that's the thing. I was taken by surprise and like, it's still like, I, 90% of the dudes I see don't wear makeup, So it is kind of like awkward when you're like, oh, you know, it's not like because you think they're disgusting or anything. It's just because it's not
It's,
what you're used to.
yeah.
Yeah. So I have no problem with them being in drag or anything. It's just I'm not used to seeing it. But I was like, dude, this is kind of getting weird now. So then we go outside and over in like the town square, they have a freaking Hispanic festival going on. So there's like mariachi bands doing circles around the street and stuff and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, I am in like a different dimension right now because I'm hammered. I'm seeing drag queens and mariachi bands.
Oh
And
my God.
yeah, I'm like, I am in a different dimension right now. But it was a great, great night, man. And we went over to the Hispanic Festival and danced a lot. Only thing that sucked is the food trucks were closed. I'm like, that food would have been amazing.
Dude,
Yeah.
Mexican food trucks. Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I was like, that food would have been amazing. So I'm really sad we missed out on that. And then went home, didn't fall asleep till like 2 a.m. and I had work at 7. So I think I came into work on like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. And then I thought I lost my $130 pair of sunglasses in the bar because I was looking around all day for them. And then I didn't find them till the week after, so last week, and they were in my back seat. And I'm like, how the fuck did they end up in there? Because last time I remember was having them on in the club because, all the shining lights and crap like that.
Yeah.
I have no idea how they ended up in my car. Oh, then we were walking back to my car after doing all the stuff we did, and there was a homeless dude following us. And I had taken Ashlyn's taser because she kept trying to shock people with it. And I was like, all right, taking this way. You don't need it. Then the dude starts following us. I'm like, fuck, I don't know how to use this thing here. And she reaches into her pocket to grab her phone and a whole bunch of change spills out. And I'm like, stop fucking dropping money. You're leaving a trail. Yeah. So it was a great night. And I was like, it's a story kind of worth sharing on the podcast. Who knows? It might get us in trouble.
But now we're going to talk about Jimmy G and the Raiders. He has failed his physical. It was part of the agreement with the Raiders that if he failed his physical, mainly because of his foot injury, if he's not ready to play, the Raiders can void his contract and not pay him anything.
Now he has until August to get healthy, right?
Yes, before the preseason.
Hmm.
Now, this comes to a conclusion. Tom Brady has reached an agreement to be part owners of the Raiders, if you haven't heard.
Hmm.
How super ironic this is. So this could mean that Tom Brady could come out of retirement and play for his team. It's we're saying this, but his part of his team.
So here's the thing. I saw Tony Kornheiser talking about this on PTI about how the owners may, because they haven't approved Brady to be a part owner yet. It has to get voted on. And
Yeah,
they may put like a clause in to where he can't do that.
honestly, I hope. Because I don't want to see Brady in a Raiders jersey.
Yeah, I don't know, that'd be interesting. Who's your all's backup? Do you still have Jarrett
Uh,
Stidham?
yeah, we had Jarrett Stidham in the fourth rounder we draft.
Oh yeah, I can't remember that dude's name. But I mean, if Jimmy G feels his physical, I mean,
I don't know if you see a picture of the guy we drafted, but he literally looks like Derek Carr.
really?
No, like
say
if they made a documentary about Derek Carr, he'd be the perfect guy to pick.
say pull up a picture of him and screen share it. But the Raiders, I mean, it definitely doesn't make them look competent on how they run their team. And I saw something where it's like, okay, who's more mismanaged, the Cardinals or the Raiders? And it's the Cardinals by a mile, but the Raiders do have a spot of contention on that list.
Yeah.
Just because
Before
I
we go
just
anything, let me share his screen real quick. That's who he looks like. Oh
the
shit.
hell.
He looks like a younger Derek Carr. So I shit you not, if they ever make a documentary, they could make this guy for a documentary.
Damn. Yeah. That dude at the bottom left kind of looked like John Harbaugh.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I don't know what the
Yeah, it's
Raiders are gonna
just
do.
beforehand with the Raiders when they're Oakland, they had like no one had to share a scene with the fucking Oakland A's.
Hmm.
They had to get a lot of shit approved from the Oakland City themselves.
Yeah.
That's why the biggest reason why they left because they couldn't get shit done because Oakland City's being cunts.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same thing going on with the A's right now. They're about to move to Vegas too. I mean, within the last 10 years, they've lost the Warriors, Raiders, and probably the A's here pretty soon,
Yeah,
just because their city council is a bunch of
I don't
cunts.
know if you ever seen pictures of the stadium that Raiders was. That stadium's literally falling apart.
Yeah, it's old as fuck. I mean, hell, it hasn't survived a few earthquakes.
Earthquakes and probably a hurricane at this point.
They don't get, I don't think they get hurricanes on the West
I
Coast.
don't know. I live in Oklahoma. I don't know. California.
Say, anytime you hear a hurricane, it's always on the East Coast. Why does that happen? No fucking idea. See, that stadium opened in 1966. So it is almost 60 years old.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, it's been renovated a few times. It last got renovated in 2017 and still looks like a pile of shit.
So yeah, that's the biggest reason why the Raiders left. I can't really blame them.
Yeah.
And you
And I
see a lot
mean,
of pissed off Raiders. Like, oh, why do you leave Oakland? Like, there's a reason why.
so here's the thing. You're also going from playing in the California heat where it's humid as fuck to playing in a dome. Now, playing in Vegas probably isn't that much better heat wise, but you're playing in a dome, which is way fucking better.
Yeah, and they open the roof every once in a while.
Yeah. Like, I have made the argument that I think all NFL stadiums should be domes.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
wrong.
Because, I mean, people are like, oh, the weather is a part of the game. Fuck that. I
Dude,
really,
it's like if you're on that field, you don't want an injury. And like most of the
yeah,
injuries come from fucking weather, like snow, rain, fucking this field's like slick as hell.
yeah. I mean, hell, look at the 49ers, how
I
their
mean,
stadium
fucking
was,
you're at work, like you're your regular 9 to 5. You don't want to work in the rain.
yeah. Like, I think all NFL stadiums should be domes because as a person who goes to games, I don't want to be snowed on or rained on or pissed on or whatever the fuck. Like, yeah, I'd rather sit in a dome with AC. Like the Cowboys Stadium, it has really good air conditioning, actually.
Does it?
Uh, yeah, I don't know about, I mean, that's the only football stadium I've ever been to, but like going to a high school game where you're sitting on those uncomfortable ass bleachers and it's hot as fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. NFL, make all your stadiums domes. And stop giving us shit about these old fucking dinosaur stadiums where it's like, oh, we can't leave that. It's history. Lambeau's a piece of shit. It's in Green Bay. It's a piece of shit.
Come
Soldier
on.
Field, it's
That's
a piece.
those stadiums. Don't get me wrong. The Soldier Field stadium is actually nice because it memorizes the veterans and shit.
Yeah,
But just dome it for
yeah.
the players' sake.
I mean, hell, they're already talking about moving anyway, so the Bears might be playing at a dome. Think about that. You wouldn't have to deal with all that freaking Chicago wind bullshit, you know? Yeah.
Even
I
Pittsburgh, like
yeah,
that,
Pitts,
their games like 90% snow.
yeah. Eagles, same thing. Yeah.
Chiefs because they don't want to hear some Chiefs fans.
Yeah.
Like, come on, let's be real here, Chief.
Yeah, I saw something where it's like Kansas City was like in contention to host the Super Bowl, and I'm like, that ain't gonna happen. They don't have a dome. That's pretty much where all the Super Bowls are played are in domes, except for in a few years when it's going back to San Francisco, which I don't understand that move from the NFL because even though it's brand new, that freaking 49er stadium is a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they could have done better.
Yeah, I mean, said with the and it has a stupid name, Levi Stadium. I'm just saying that to piss that one guy off.
That's a basic white boy name.
Yeah. But dude, trying to think what else has been going on. I mean, hell, we live boring ass lives.
Yeah, we do.
Hell, Adam's probably had more excitement than us.
I mean, he almost got coached. His promotion almost got fired already
Yeah,
because he can't keep his mouth shut.
yeah. NBA Finals. Who do you got? I got the Nuggets in five.
Who's in the finals? Nuggets and the Celtics? No, that's not just the Heat.
Not, yeah, the Heat.
I honestly had the Heat.
See, I think they kind of got exposed because they were up 3-0 on the Celtics and then let them come all the way back and then squeaked out the victory in game 7 and the Nuggets are rested and they really don't have anyone to go against Jokic and I mean Jimmy Butler I imagine is going to be on Jamal Murray.
Yeah,
So
and also a lot of Nuggets games. I'm gonna be honest, they kind of been kind of lucky
I
with
don't
the
know about
shots.
that. I mean, with Jokic, yeah, but definitely he's been lucky with his shots. But as a team, I mean, they've been dominating because I mean, they just swept the Lakers the round before that. Like, I don't think they've went to a game 6. They may have. I'm looking right now. Yeah, they went to a game 6 in the semifinals. But other than that, they won the first round 4-1, 4-2, and then swept the Lakers.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, that was the Suns that they went 4-2 against. So, I mean, you're going against Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, I mean, that's a better team than the Lakers where they have LeBron and then Anthony Davis half the time. Yeah,
So I just read this article
mhm,
that the McDaniel was going to simplify his offensive scheme just in case if Jimmy G doesn't pass his physical,
mhm.
the new fourth rounder and Jared. So
That
a
should
little bit
that
more
should
basic offense,
that should
basic more
be
heavy run heavy.
I mean, that just depends on if you guys keep Jared Sims on the Broncos actually.
I thought we had Jared still.
Yeah, I'm looking right now, he's on the Broncos. Who is your guys' backup?
Oh, Brian Warner, isn't it?
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
I knew it was a Patriot.
Yeah. I was just looking up his stats from last year, and then I saw that he was on the Broncos, which hell, he might have a chance to start depending on how much Russell Wilson sucks.
Yeah, the Broncos got shafted in that draft, in that
Yeah.
trade.
Yeah, they
I'm
did.
sorry.
It's fucking hilarious though.
It just shows kind of Russ is like a system quarterback.
Yeah. Well, I
I mean,
don't
don't
even
get
know
me
that
wrong, good for him winning Super Bowl, but still.
none of them are as good as my Lord and Savior right here.
All right, calm down, Cody. He's not that good.
He is fucking good. No one's realized it yet.
He's the Derek Carr in NFC.
Derek Carr's in the NFC now, jackass.
Exactly.
Nah, he's gonna have a bounce back year, especially now that 200-pound load of shit that was in the backfield is gone.
I don't know. There's been talks he might come back.
He's not. They wouldn't have drafted Deuce Vaughn if they were going to bring Ezekiel Elliott back. And
Yeah,
that's the other
true.
thing. I mean, Tony Pollard, he's looking good in these offseason workouts. He's way ahead of what I thought he was going to be. I thought he wouldn't be back until the beginning of the season, but looks like he's going to be back on time. And Deuce Vaughn, I think is going to be a good running back, a backup running back, excuse me. Ronald Jones, I don't really care about him. And then you got Cavante Turpin, who you can use as a receiver or a running back. So it just all
This
depends
also
on.
shows like between Ezekiel Elliott and Barkley from the Giants,
Mhm.
don't pay your running backs that much.
Yeah, no, I don't even get why the Giants are even trying with Saquon Barkley because it's like, okay, he had his first great year since his rookie season.
It's not necessarily all like the players that play in that position's fault. It's a
Mhm.
very like that those players get a lot of hits on it, and
Yeah.
they get injuries more frequently than the other positions.
So that being said, what do you think the Raiders should do with Josh Jacobs then?
I say if we can pay him in a reasonable amount, we should, but if he's demanding a lot, and we should move on.
See, I don't even think the issue is money. I think it's length and money. Like, say you're signing him for 2 years and you give him a good amount of money. Hey, that's only 2 years. You know, there's plenty of ways you can get around it. Like where the Cowboys fucked up is they gave him 5 years, $90 million.
I
You
say
know,
at most like a 3-year deal would be good for us.
yeah. Because Jacobs is still like what? He's like 25, isn't he?
I believe so.
And Zeke kind of hit his wall at like 27. So yeah, Josh Jacobs is 25.
Unlike Zeke, Josh got like aging like fine wine. He gets better when he gets older.
Yeah. Uh,
So that's the
trying to think.
thing too, is like the thing is like each year he's getting better and better,
Hmm.
excluding the injuries.
Hmm.
It's like if we should keep him long term, so we have that weapon throughout the years, or we get like that mid-term kind of deal because we
I have a
know what we have.
I have a feeling you guys will probably be in the running back market in the draft next year, just in case he does hit the wall.
Like I don't know, like the things with Jimmy G and we're so questionable at quarterback.
Hmm.
This is might be like his potentially breakout year, or pretty much, yeah, definitely going free agent year.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, where's he going to sign in free agency?
And that being said, Derrick Henry is possibly this is possibly Derrick Henry's last year as a Titan.
Yeah.
So maybe the Raiders will push for him during the offseason next season, but I don't know. Because Derrick Henry is like one of those guys you're gonna have to pay a lot of money to get.
See, that's the thing. These teams, they aren't touching the running backs on the free agent market. I mean, look at Ezekiel Elliott. Has he even gotten a call? You know? That was actually the
I
thing
think he'd be a good fullback because he's like a semi truck.
yeah, I mean, that's the only reason to bring Ezekiel Elliott in is blocking, really. Like he would actually be good on like the Chargers where they throw a lot.
Yeah, so he excite
But
all 12 of their fans.
yeah, but I actually want to share this with you because I've been going back and forth on it. Derrick Henry on PrizePicks projected at almost 1,300 yards, and I am really thinking about taking the under on it.
Honestly, I think he's gonna do more. I think
I
he's going
think
to try and do like a little breakout here to get the payout.
I think he's going to get hurt. That's the thing
Yeah.
because he's gotten hurt the last 2 years. Heck, maybe we'll do an episode where we place my bets for the season because like a lot
Oh,
of
that's
these
it.
are in,
That's interesting. What do you think about Aaron Rodgers? I know that's your favorite player.
like on this number right here.
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about that. You think that's kind of accurate?
I think so, actually. If he doesn't get hurt, especially with them playing 17 games, um,
Because aren't the Jets like a really tough like defensive heavy schedule?
like who they're playing.
Yeah, who they playing
I
against?
I mean, they played the Patriots twice, so I mean, a Bill Belichick defense is always going to be amazing. I mean, heck, this last year he didn't throw for 4,000 yards, so but that's the thing. Man, that is a tough one to think about actually. See, just because I know he likes to piss me off, I probably won't go with the over on that. I probably won't place a bet on that at all. There's way safer options like Dak and Kirk Cousins down here. I think they both go over this, 42.50.
You want to hear like probably something to piss people off.
But
I think Kirk Cousins better than Lamar Jackson.
as a passer, yeah. As an overall player, no.
It's not. I don't know. I mean, yes, Lamar Jackson's a playmaker, but
Mhm.
I think the better like the Kirk Cousins fits the QB role better than
Mm.
Lamar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As a passer, yeah. As an overall total package, um, no. Especially because Kurt's like 10 years older.
Yeah.
See, like these three at the bottom, all these dudes right here, Jalen Hurts, Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott, I would all take them on the over. Actually, hell, fuck it. Let's make these bets right now. Let's see that, and then I think Derrick Henry's going less than here. Let me move the
Who
camera
else they
over
have
here.
running back?
Who's their other running back?
Who else is on the running back on that chart? I'm just kind of curious.
Jonathan Taylor. He's projected at 1,300. He's
That's kind of
well.
accurate.
See, Nick Chubb. I want to put him as an over, but it just depends on Deshaun Watson. And
Yeah,
then
to be honest, I think Deshaun Watson's career is over.
yeah, I mean he looked like shit last year. It's just it's hard to pick. And then DeAndre Swift right here, 600 yards. I want to
No,
take
that's
him,
that's gonna be more.
but you also have Jalen Hurts who's gonna take carries away, and then they have another running back. I can't remember his name.
If you
See,
see a lot of Eagles games, they play multiple running backs.
yeah, and plus you have Jalen Hurts. See, and then like receivers, I am completely staying away from this market right here because it's so inconsistent.
Oh my god.
Like, yeah, see, like Odell with Lamar Jackson throwing him the ball, I don't know if he could get over 600 yards. Plus, he's probably going to get hurt. But back to these passing stats, like, I mean, that's a tough target right there for Patrick Mahomes.
Especially even the AFC division.
Hmm.
If you look like all the AFC drafts, the AFC
Yeah.
West drafts, they've been really defensive focused for one particular reason.
Yeah.
Especially the defensive line. Like
See,
not
Joe,
just the Raiders. I'm pretty sure the Broncos and the Chargers even loaded up on their defensive line as well.
well, the Broncos have had a good defense for a while.
Yeah.
See, man, some of these are just hard to pick. Like Najee Harris, I really want to take him on the under just because he kind of sucks. Well, but the Steelers also didn't have an offensive line last year. But Najee
Who's their
Harris looks like
quarterback now?
Kenny Pickett.
Oh,
And then like Jalen Hurts, like, do I really think he's gonna run for over 700 yards and throw for almost 4,000?
the similar yards rushing that's a little more accurate. The passing, no, I wouldn't. I kind of can't agree with that one.
See,
Probably roughly around 3,300.
I,
That's
man,
probably what I would project.
mm, see, Aaron Rodgers, like, uh, I,
No, I would say
nah,
under.
I just am not gonna, because knowing him, I'll put more and he won't do it, or I'll put less and he'll throw for 5,000 just because he lives to piss me off.
Now, here's the thing. What do you think about Josh Allen?
See, where was his yards at? 4,300. Let's see. So he had just under 4,300. So I was like, man, that's a hard one to pick right there. Stats, career stats. Year before that, he had 44. So they're kind of trying to put it right in the middle, you know?
Yeah,
So he's kind of an unsafe bet right there. And then I think he was in the over 700 yards rushing category, which he's this over 600 yards. Man, that's an
not that
interesting.
much.
I think I might take him on the over there. The offense really hasn't changed much. You know, he's always ran like crazy, you know, every year except for 2020, he's ran for at least 500 yards.
Yeah,
Hell, he ran for 612 games in 2018, you know, so
yeah. That's when he was called. They call it like the white Lamar Jackson.
and now you got Vanilla Vic and Daniel Jones. I'm surprised he's not on here. I already know what I'm doing now. This is going to be a long, long bet because you got this right here with Nikola Jokic. All he has to do is score over half a point, and then all these stats will cash in on January or in January. So, because it only lets you pick six. So, I don't know. I think that's pretty fair right there. What do you think?
Oh, so you put $20 in, you have potential winning $500.
Uh, yeah, 20 for 500. Or
Damn.
um, if you get five right, you get 40. And then that, I think you win like $8. But I am going to do the full 35. Actually, no. As I say, I could put more money in because I'm so confident in these bets and do like $100 and then win 25,000 bucks or 2,500. But I'm not going to do that. I don't even know if he'll let me do this bet with Jokic. Yeah, it won't. Maximum of $25 because of the promotion. Which even then 25, that'd be $625 if all of them hit. And it is submitted. So we
Nice.
will check back in January. I will either have committed suicide because the picks were so bad, or I'll be $600 richer and I don't know, spend that money on cocaine.
Sheesh.
I gotta get skinny somehow.
I
One thing
don't advise it, but meth is a good way.
all I have to do is go over to the casino and get some.
You just have to go across the street for you.
Now my neighbors across the street, they're not crackheads
No, no, no,
actually.
no, no. I'm at down the hill.
Oh yeah. Oh, that house on the corner with all that shit out in front of it.
Yep,
Oh, I bet you I could get some good shit there.
exactly.
Yeah. But I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, Saturday I'm going floating with Trevor and Bailey, and the one thing I failed to do this week was get tan. So I'm going to be blinding everybody with my pasty ass.
Dude, that sounds nice. Actually, going to the river and just fucking enjoy life.
I'm really looking forward to it. The only thing that I'm kind of cautious about is there's a chance of rain that day. I think it's like a 60% chance of rain. So hopefully we get it all on Friday and it doesn't ruin the good time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've never been floating before. So I'm really looking forward to it.
You never been floating before?
Nope.
Oh, it's like the most like Oklahoma redneck thing to do.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it a lot. And I said I've seen people do it. So I mean, it looks fun as fuck. And they've done it a few times. So going with experienced people. Only thing I'm not looking forward to is wearing sunscreen and having to smell sunscreen. I fucking hate the smell of sunscreen so much, and I hate the way it feels on my skin.
It was like been jizzed on.
Feels like I just took a bath in grease.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I fucking hate sunscreen. And if I go out like by myself, like if I go up to the reservoir and walk, I'm not fucking wearing it. And it pisses my mom off. She's like, "You're wearing fucking sunscreen, you know?" And people are like, "Why don't you wear it?" I'm like, "Because I fucking hate the smell of it." But no matter what, I'm gonna smell it there because everyone else is gonna be wearing it. And
See,
I
I
mean, the
prefer to
water.
spray over the fucking cream because it doesn't feel like ass like whole like the best way to put it.
I hate either, but either way, I'm gonna have to smell it. Plus the sun reflecting off the water. That's what cooks your ass. So
Yeah.
I feel so bad for Garrett because he burns every fucking time.
Oh yeah.
So that poor ginger bastard.
Oh, I'm gonna roast his ass when he gets to work that day.
I remember when he came up and he was so fucking red, and everyone was like, "What's up, buddy?" Because we're all fucked up at that store. But man, that was episode 13 of the Trainwreck Podcast. Drew, do you have anything to follow up on?
I'm gonna be prayers for being a Raiders fan.
Not as much as I do. Being a Cowboys fan is not good for you.
I don't know. We're kind of like on the same boat at this point.
Yeah. But my video right now is at 134 views in an hour and 40 minutes. So that's pretty freaking good for me. I'm definitely proud of that because I made that video, in a couple minutes, and that thumbnail I'm really fucking proud of.
Yeah, you did good on the thumbnail.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm proud of that one. So thank you to everyone that's watched the video. If it leads to any new followers that check out this, sorry for all the Walmart talk, but hell, it's what we know best, you know? And
Real.
hell, we had a lot of sports talk on here, so I imagine you're looking for Skip and Shannon news because you're a sports fan. So, and this upcoming week, I might have some videos out. Just, I got to brainstorm on some ideas, man. Like I'm going to have the next 10 days off. So, I mean, I really have no excuse, I guess, to not be a bitch. I could at least review Raw or something, but dude, it's so fucking hard to sit through Raw. Fucking 3 hours of that shit. Last night's episode was actually pretty good, but it was still 3 hours long.
Yeah.
And heck, man, actually, if I can vlog going to the Cowboys headquarters, I will, but I was looking for videos about it earlier, and I think they make you sign like NDAs on photography and video and stuff. Because if you video the tour, then what the hell is the point of people going and doing the tour themselves if they can just watch the video? So
I mean, shit, what the fuck they have to hide?
I don't know, but like I said, I was looking up videos just to see if it's worth it. I mean, it's $70, so it's not that bad. Plus, you get a lot of free shit. So,
Yeah, can't argue with that.
yeah. And heck, just for the chance to smell Dak Prescott's jockstrap, I'd pay a couple $100. So,
Oh, there we go. The Cowboys fanboy right here.
all I'm saying is he is God, he is risen, and he is the GOAT. So is this man right here, though.
Tony Homo.
Yes. The greatest sportscaster alive right now. And then this dude chilling right next to them.
He has such a punchable face, not gonna
He
lie.
does. He does. To pair with the fact that he's annoying, like not a good combo. But that book actually is really fucking good. I have a review of it on my channel, but that book is really fucking good. If you have a chance to listen to it or read it, it's really good. Another incredible book is John Moxley's book. That one you really have to check out.
Oh, speaking of which, you sure Will Ferrell is gonna be John Madden's in the new John Madden movie?
Yes, I did actually. I'm looking forward to that. And one thing I actually meant to talk about earlier, Tony Khan announced on AEW Dynamite tonight that CM Punk is returning to the company.
To AEW?
Yep,
Oh boy, for how long? Couple of
I
days.
know. He's going to be on the debut episode of their new show, Collision, in Chicago. So, yeah, I meant to bring that up like an hour ago and I forgot.
I don't know what's the hype about CM Punk. He's like too much drama.
Yeah, he's definitely ruined his legacy with this AEW run. I feel like history would look on him more favorably if he didn't have this last run. And I mean, I guess this is his chance at redemption, but all I see is it blowing up, man. But I've been trying to end this episode for 10 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. Drew, thank you for being on, man. Don't know if we'll have another episode next week just because there is nothing to talk about.
Yeah, we're in a dry state right now.
Yeah. I said, hell, we need a world event. Well, hell, we need a sports event to happen because we're not going to talk about fucking politics or something like that. Like the
Nope.
economy
That's a boundary
crashes.
we're not crossing.
Yeah. Like if the economy crashes tomorrow, we're not going to be like, oh, it's fucking Biden's fault. Get Trump in there. You know, it's like,
No, you've been like, yo, have you tried the new waffle fries at Subway, man?
no, but I've had a BLT for 5 days straight from Subway because I'm in love right now.
Ah, really?
Yeah. Bacon, lettuce, and tits. I mean, tomato. Those are my guilty pleasures right now.
You eat Subway willingly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell, it's not like the one that's in our store.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Um,
Which
I
one
go
you at?
one. What?
One right by the Mazio's?
No, the one right over by my work. I went to the one
Oh,
over by
okay.
Mazio's and it was fucking that sandwich actually sucked. Have a good night, everybody.